Hi, I'm Jeanne Granville, and I'm the Executive Director of Fresh Start, Inc., which is a nonprofit that's located here in Sun Valley. We became involved in Sun Valley at the neighborhood level in 2005 and bought property because we loved it so much in 2012 and moved in here right on West Holden Place. And when we came in, there was a lot of development starting. The Decatur Federal Station Area Plan, and I was asked to be on that steering committee, which I was. One of the things that became really apparent was that there was really not a very active neighborhood organization that really provided a voice and a consistent voice for the residents and small businesses that were in the neighborhood and really had contributed quite a bit to the plan. So as we looked at how things would start to be implemented, it was really important, I think, to everybody, and there was a lot of talk about that, about how do we kind of keep on top of this plan and all of this infrastructure and potential housing and transformation of the neighborhood. How are we really going to kind of stay on top of that so that we know what's going on? And so they had at one time an active neighborhood organization called the Sun Valley Community Coalition. And so I kind of volunteered along with several others to reconstitute that and get it going again, which we did in 2013. So since 2013, we've had a very active Sun Valley Community Coalition, which is also a registered neighborhood organization here in Denver. And one of the important things about neighborhood organizations is that by city charter they are required to be notified on certain issues like rezoning, like liquor licenses, and just as a best practice on any real issue of policy that the city or anyone connected to the city is really looking at implementing that might impact our neighborhood as well. And Sun Valley is a neighborhood that has a lot of issues that needed to be addressed. It was one of the most underinvested neighborhoods, and as you probably have already known or heard, it was one of the poorest neighborhoods in Colorado, and also one of the few neighborhoods, if not the only neighborhood, where there were actually more children than there were adults. And so we had a lot of issues that really needed to be addressed to strengthen and support families so that they could have a quality of life and have access to opportunities in education, jobs, job training, better housing. And so really the Decatur Federal Station Area Plan kicked off that transformation, and after that came in the Denver Housing Authority's Choice Neighborhood Program, which had a $30 million grant from HUD as a catalyst to replace as well as add to all of the affordable housing that we had in Sun Valley. So the neighborhood organization really became very active in that process, advocating, and it wasn't really hard because that's what Denver Housing Authority is all about, affordability, but also making sure that, residents really did have a stake, as well as the small businesses and some of the few private homeowners. There's not a lot in Sun Valley, but the few private property owners, that they also had a stake in what would happen. And so from there, we've had quite a bit that's gone on. We've looked at the Stadium District Master Plan, because the Stadium District decided that the 55 acres of their southern parking lots might be better serving Denver and the neighborhood by becoming more of a mixed use everyday neighborhood with a great game day experience, but one that would really provide housing and other amenities and commercial space and jobs for people. So we've been very active in working with them to try to bring opportunity to that part of the neighborhood as well.
Perfect. Get it off Feel good about it? That's great.
I do.
If you need more, you won't
The only other thing, and so I'll just say that I've been the president of the neighborhood association, and my nonprofit, who historically worked with families and children and for many years provided direct services to families and children, really made the decision that we could best serve the neighborhood and what was happening here in the neighborhood by helping to build capacity and build capacity for resident voice and resident leadership. And when I'm talking about residents, I'm talking about not just people who live here 24 hours a day, but people who work here every day and have already invested in the neighborhood, either in a small business or their careers, or like I said, are actually living 24 hours a day. So that's what we felt that Fresh Start could really help support, and we're really pleased to do that, and I'm proud to be here and honored to be here.